because only a few have the self-identity and confidence to say, fuck this, I am tired of sitting on the sidelines. I'm tired, excuse me, of sitting there with my fingers in the popcorn and not actually leaning forward and going, you know what? I'm fucking done. It's time to go to the bank and get paid with this knowledge. Because you, my friend, are like me. We are going to die at some point. That is an absolute certainty. You're getting older as you sit here right at this moment. What has to change inside of you to crack that nut that you decide, you make that decision that you are going to self-identify differently? You're not going to be somebody who buys a course and hopes that it works, right? That's fucking loser talk. You are somebody that buys a course because you are a powerful fucking being. You are capable of much, much more. I'm talking to you. I want you to really tune in. You. I'm talking to you. You are capable of more than you realize. My job here tonight is not to teach you anything, it's to wake you up to your potential. And I want this to be a minute where you sit and reflect and go, holy shit, he's talking to me here. I am. This is the moment to start changing that. Don't be a spectator. There is no money in buying a fucking ticket. There's money in being the one they came to see. Does that make sense? That's why the people on the field who cop all the shit and get all the injuries get all the money. Because they're the ones that go to training, stay in tip-top shape, but they didn't accidentally fall there. They decided their way there. They made real internal decisions. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to understand that this very moment that we are having right now, with me looking down the barrel of this camera in Burleigh Heads, live right now, this moment could be the moment that you bought this course, that you sat there, put your brown underpants on and hit the buy button. It's now. It's now when you change. It's now. How much longer do you want to be somebody that says, I'm going to give it a go, as opposed to somebody who says, I'm going to fucking dominate this. From today, I am a professional Amazon seller. From today, I am going to be a professional e-commerce seller. I first saw this in a friend of mine today. He became a student of mine many, many, many years ago. He turned up at one of my events, and at the time he was a chippy. He was a carpenter. He was a builder, right? He used to go to work with his esky and his stubbies, and he used to sit there with his nuts hanging out while he had his ham sandwiches with all the other guys there, and he never felt like he belonged on a work site. And he came to my event, and he came up to me and he said, I'm never, ever, ever going to go back to making houses again. He sold all his tools, and he went all in on his business at that time. Right now, that guy is sitting on his boat up on the Sunshine Coast, chilling while his childcare centre gets built. He's a multi-millionaire, right? Because he went all in, and even though he had the shorts, he had the fucking tool belt, he had his esky, inside he made a decision that day that I am no longer a tradie. I do not identify as a tradie. With all this bloody ability today to identify as whatever you want, why not start fucking identifying as a winner? Why not choose to identify as somebody who says, I don't fuck around anymore. I came to play. I came to turn this investment that I made in this Amazon course into 10x what I gave Adam. Stop acting like a little baby and go and make it happen, because you are capable of not 10x that, you're capable of 100 that. Turn it into $390,000 if you paid me $4,000 for the course. Turn it into 400 grand of equity in a real business. It is actually so capable for you. You are the problem, because your quality of question is just not serving you. So I want to know when you want to change the narrative, because the only person who can change that narrative is you. It's you. You have to change the narrative of what's going on in your head. And when you do, everything else will change around you. You'll look at a guy like Eric and you won't see him on a pedestal. You'll respect the shit out of him, but you'll also be one of those people who go, I'm going to get into business with that guy. I'm going to get into business. I'm going to do what it takes. Do you know how easy it is to get the attention of smart people? Because most people are fucking afraid and stupid, right? To be average is easy. To be extraordinary, to be outstanding, there's no competition there. You are capable of imagining your way there if you just set your mind to it. But the problem is most people can look through a fucking keyhole with both eyes. They're so narrow-minded, they can't even turn their head anymore. They're fucked. You've got to start to think more creatively. You've got to start to self-identify. What would it take to do that? And you know what? It's not much. It is not much to be extremely creative. And this is why above my head right now it says the Albert Einstein quote, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." Did you just not see that in that 18-year-old boy? Look what his imagination manifested. He has absolutely no fucking right to have $1 million asset there in 4 months, yet he's on his way. He has the backing of a financial services company that were the ones that put up the 80 grand for 10%. They have obviously seen something in that kid, but the only reason Sam is there is because Sam didn't see himself somewhere else. He didn't allow himself. He's not fucked up enough yet to talk himself out of who he can be. So what I want you to be thinking about here tonight, when you watch for the rest of tonight, start to think about what is this eternal narrative and self-talk that is going on in your head that is giving you the results you're getting. Because if you don't like the printout that comes out on the printer of your life, you don't go over and smack the computer, right? You look at what you typed into the word processor and you change the words on there. That is self-work. That is something you have to do. But tonight, right now, you can decide that I am no longer somebody that says, I'm going to give this a go. I'll turn up and hopefully it picks me up for a bit, and you can start to say, I am going to dominate this business. Anyone on here who makes that real decision, resolute, I'm not leaving till I turn my 4 grand into 40 grand. When you have that win, if you can just build some shitty little Amazon business that makes 10 grand a year, 15 grand a year, you can sell it for 40, right? Guess what? You just 10x'd your money. Now you've got 40 grand and you turn that shitty little 40 grand into 400 grand. And guess what after that? Now you're starting to feel it. Now you're starting to feel a little bit of your real potential. Stop fucking around and go and get to work. Does that make sense? Am I being clear? That's why I came here tonight, guys, because I want you, like I said at the start, to put a circle around this day in your diary, this day in your life, because it was the day that somebody rang your bell a little bit. And if I've offended you, I don't apologise. If you enjoyed that video, please hit the subscribe button as well as the little bell that's sitting on the screen around here so that you get notified whenever we drop a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye.